Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to this deep woo episode of the Divine Feminine Oracles. You can find Julie and Sophie here on the web at Maison Jupiter on their YouTube channel and also on the web at maisonjupiter.com. Julie and Sophie, welcome to the show.
Hey,
Hello.
how
Hi,
are you?
Jessie. Hi, Sophie.
Glad to see you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here tonight on this live interactive show. We have quite a bit for you tonight. Of course, we're going to dive into the subject of the astrology new year. We kind of touched upon it yesterday, but we'll go even deeper today on that. We'll talk about the eclipses. We'll do a collective read, and then we'll do, of course, some Q&As with you, the audience members. So a big thank you for you guys joining us here tonight. Let's start there. Julie, you guys just produced and you started uploading. I think you're done for today here. Your 12 sign zodiac for this new year and all of the eclipses. Julie, set the stage a little bit here for all of these episodes. What can our viewers find there at Maison Jupiter on YouTube today?
Okay, so we're very excited about this one because it's the first time that we do these monthly videos in English, because we've been doing those in French previously, and we used to do it month by month for predictions about for all 12 signs, for all 12 zodiac signs, with tarot, with Sophie, and astrology with myself. And so this is the first time we've done in English. We've had a big demand for that, so we're very happy. We hope you like it. So in these videos, we're talking about the new astrological year, which starts on March 20th, which is this Sunday. And this is the true start of the new year, as we're supposed to celebrate it. So this is going to be like a new energy, really high potential for manifestation in your life as well. So we're talking about what you can manifest, what you can look forward to, depending on your rising sign, sun sign, and moon sign.
Okay.
Yeah, and also I forgot to say, at first we wanted to do the whole year, the whole astrological year with for all 12 signs, but then I was like, there's way too much content to do the whole year, so let's do half of it. So we were talking about one of the most important aspects in astrology, which are eclipses, because they usher big life changes in our personal lives, but also in our collective community. So we're talking more about the personal side of astrology in these videos. And so we're having the first pair of eclipses of 2022 on April 30th and May 16th. So we're talking about what's going to come into your life, what's going to maybe leave your lives also, because we're having a new moon eclipse and then a full moon eclipse. So a new moon opens up a new cycle, and on a full moon eclipse, it's like closing a big chapter, reaping the rewards. So it's going to be big faded life changes for everybody.
Big faded life changes. Let me bring on Sophie. Sophie, you've also already incurred big fated life changes since you started doing shows with Julie and myself here on Beyond Mystic. Explain that to the audience members a little bit, because I get a lot of emails of people and testimonials saying, "Oh my God, JC, thank you so much for bringing Sophie on the line. She's such an amazing darling." Well, explain to the audience members how your life has changed also here in the last couple of months.
Just meeting you and your community is amazing. The energy that I share in my one-on-one session is just uplifting. It's amazing. I cannot thank you enough. You and all the community, thank you so much. I love you guys. It's so joyful to go to work now because I meet wonderful people, beautiful vibration. I read messages from all sort of, ideas and area of life. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
And how has that impacted you on a very personal core level in your life? How does it change your life when you wake up on a day-to-day knowing that you're doing what you're meant to be doing? Sophie?
I just don't have enough. You know, the honeymoon phase in love. I think I have the honeymoon phase with all of you and my work. I love it. And
I love it. That's a great answer. Okay. And of course, the clients and the viewers are also still in a honeymoon phase with you. We've added some new tarot bookings here on the website. Julie, let's talk about the additions here, where we're at in the booking system and this new product that you've also added here to MaisonJupiter.com for Sophie.
Yeah, so Sophie was very popular. We had a really high demand for consultations, tarot consultations with Sophie. So she was booked about 2 months in advance. So, and she had like a high demands of people wanting to have answers for their urgent questions. So they were asking her, can you open up special time slots, availabilities for me? So we ended up opening this new tarot priority booking, which is a 30-minute, but she added, I think 1 or 2, depending on every day, that she could open up a little bit more time so that people with urgent questions can reach out to her easily.
Right. Very good. That's awesome. And I've got a few emails already of people thanking me for doing that. Now, let's talk about your energy levels, Sophie, as we go here. You're booked quite a bit already up until the end of almost April now. Some people are booking into May. Is it feasible that at some point here we might add a few more dates here and there during the weeks, or are you pretty much maxed out? What's your energy level like?
I thought I was maxed up. I have to be true here. I thought I was, but you know, I had it a few more this week because I was out for a week before for surgery and it went great. So thank you. But I had it a lot more this week and it was even more, you know, it's wonderful. So
Okay.
I will try to add more and more. I have to keep a balance. So I have to watch out for my energy level, that's for sure. But I'm trying to give you the more that I can. So I will have some 1-hour session available starting maybe next month. I want to keep an eye on balance, like I said, but I want to give you everything that I can.
Okay, very good. So folks, stay tuned for that. And if you want to have a booking with Sophie, of course, you can use the coupon code BeyondMystic. It'll give you 10% off. Now, Brenda Cole, my reading was amazing. Thank you, Sophie. Well, thank you. That's another amazing testimonial there. Let's get into, do you guys feel like doing maybe a general reading for the audience before we start the show? Okay. Do we want to start with the tarot, or let's start with tarot, and I'll ask Julie to maybe supplement that with some of the astrological alignments. The floor is yours, Sophie.
Okay, good.
Oh, thank you so much, smiling eyes. That's a beautiful comment. I love that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sophie.
Okay, so I have Leap of Faith and with my Elvis's cards.
Of course.
Of course. And then I have Guardian Angels. So this is a great start. What I see here is that if for some of you, you have dreams, you have some things that you are not yet entering because you're scared, you are maybe on some level not sure that you're worth it, or maybe that it's not the right timing. Whatever it is, the universe is telling you tonight that it is time to do it and take a leap of faith because universe has your back. And for some of you, this is guardian angel. So for some of you, this is even someone that has passed that is watching over you, and they are pushing you because it's soon the new year and the new chapter of your life, and it's time to do it.
Wow. Okay. I love it. Julie, what do the astrological alignments say to support this as well?
It's crazy because I'm looking at my chart and I'm like, wow, it makes so much sense. Right now, we're still in orb for the great conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune and Pisces that we're going to have on April 12th. But right now, we're already feeling it. And it's called like the dreams come true conjunction because it's in Pisces. And Jupiter is like the great benefactor of the astrology. And Neptune is like more like the divine protection kind of energy. So it's like, and we say every time there's a two rulers in one sign, you have a triple manifestation power of fulfilling your dreams. So it's like, allow yourself to dream big, take that leap of faith. And just be aware that it's possible that you realize your dreams. So I think this is like a beautiful energy. and even more for spiritual pursuits, I would say, because it's in Pisces. So anything that's connected to spirituality, the greatest good of humanity, giving back, being in service, healing. These are all Pisces themes that are going to be highly favored for the year to come, because we have this conjunction very close to the start of the new astrological year. So it means it's going to tint the whole year with that energy. And I feel like it's going to be like a kind of, I would say, a magical new year, but on different type of levels. I feel like I know I've spoken about it before, but I feel like we're like on two timelines at the same time. Which one is like the dissolution of the old world. So we're going to have to let go lots of things that don't align with our future, but at the same time there's some big energy for us to co-create our future with that big leap of faith that you just pulled, Sophie, and the fact that we're protected by our guides, by our guardian angels, whatever you want to call it, to take that leap of faith.
Right. Well, as we talk about leap of faith, we always say that knowledge is power, and we are moving into the age of Aquarius. Let me ask you, Sophie, where does knowledge come in? Where does activating our DNA memory come in? Where does maybe taking an extra class at night come in to help you maybe just budge you out of that procrastination into that leap of faith? What can you pull on the cards there to maybe help encourage people there also to empower themselves with knowledge as we move into the age of Aquarius?
Sure. Same card again. So guardian angel. So I think sorry, I'm going to start that back. So I think you're going to be guided exactly where you belong this year, and most of it it's going to happen this new moon, so new year. So for most of you, I think you're going to be guided towards maybe the right places, the right job, the right dream. I don't want you to take maybe this excuse of having to go take your course before you can do your next step. But of course, knowledge is the answer. Always, always, always. Try to know more, to get better. And everything about that is amazing. But I don't want you to stop or delay just because you're not perfect at this point.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. Okay. And Julie, what can you add to that also?
What did the card say? Bridge something? I just read the word
bridge over troubled water.
I love this. And Pisces season is like all water. And what's funny about it, I just saw the word bridge, and it reminded me of like this eclipse season that we're about to go through. And they used to say that when it's eclipse season, it's like you're crossing a bridge, and once you're on the other side, so after the eclipse, the bridge is going to be destructed. Yeah. So it means you can't go back to your old life after the change is made, even though it can be scary because you're moving into uncharted territory. It's the unknown. So that reminded me of that card, Leap of Faith. So it's really pushing us, I feel like, going for the unknown, but things that we know in our hearts, that changes we have to make, things that we have to go towards, because the old world is not going to be any longer valid or ruling our decisions.
Wow, that's fascinating. Okay, well, let's talk about the age of Aquarius. Let's talk about the star card. Let's talk about why BeyondMystic silver bar design. Let's give an update, Julie, to the audience members here. Last week, we introduced this first draft of the BeyondMystic bar. At that time, we were aiming to do a front and a back side to this bar. We've since learned that the machine cannot accommodate this design, so we're changing the design here a little bit here to accommodate both of the symbology on the front side of the bar. So if you guys are seeing this for the first time now, this is our first draft here, the working draft of the merging of these two symbols. Of course, the BeyondMystic logo itself included here to the 17th card in the tarot deck, which is the star card. Julie, for those people who haven't seen our explanation of why we're putting these design elements together, can you recap that for the audience? And then I'm going to ask Sophie also to pull some cards cards on the power behind this design and how it can help people as a manifestation tool, a meditation tool, and a general, I guess, a spiritual activity tool as well. Julie.
Yeah, so when we learned that we couldn't do both sides of the silver bar, we thought we would still want to integrate the star card because I feel like it's such a great connection with silver, with the spiritual power of silver, which is, first of all, decentralized abundance for everybody. So this really ties in with the Aquarius energy that we're moving into, like the age of Aquarius, meaning that we're all going to be a lot more abundant by doing the stuff that we like, the stuff that our hearts want. So this is going to be, and Aquarius is related to the star card of the tarot, and it pretty much says that we're going to be all connected to each other and all on an equal plane. So we're going to be able to share whether it is knowledge, whether it is abundance, whether it is our talents. So we all have different type of talents that we're all going to be able to share it a lot better, and being abundant while sharing it, not having to have like another job so you can pay your bills. So that's the goal. And also with the star card, what's interesting is that it's connected to the star, obviously, and the silver is also related to to space technology. So that's connected to the stars, and it helps us connect even more to our star families. It's also a metal that provides protection, like spiritual protection. So it's very much connected to the star card. So, and also the 7 stars, they represent the 7 chakras. So our awakening as a human species connects us even more to our star families, our star origins. And 7 stars, it also ties in with the Pleiades. So there's a bunch of, I could go over for an hour talking about the star card. I just love this card so much. So yeah, we integrated like the 2 sides in one. So on the left, you can see the BeyondMystic logo with the star card. And so I think if I'm correct in my understanding of all of this, it's either the one on the left that's going to be available, or you're going to have a choice between the 2, but it's only going to be one-sided.
Right, that's correct. So for sure, there's no more 2-sided bars. Andy Scheckman from Miles Franklin are producing these bars for us, and we are the first one in line to use this really, really cool and very expensive machine he just bought. Let me see if I can bring this down to the bottom here. These are the machines he's using, and he's saying that in order to do the 2-sided bar, it would be another $100,000 piece of equipment added to this machine. And so he said, well, for now, let's try to do the one-sided. And so I'm like, okay, all right. And actually, I'm reading the comments here, and I think a lot of you really like the integrated merging of the 2 designs, because as you remember, this was the original idea. We were going to have the BeyondMystic logo on the top with the 10-ounce and the 999 pure silver strike, and then on the back the tarot card. And really, I think merging them together worked out. So yeah, maybe universe was telling us something here, and it had nothing to do with the machine. And again, reading the comments here, I think this is going to be it. But for some people, they might want the original, just the logo itself also. So hopefully that will be available if that die is already cast. And I know we were just at the cutoff here when Andy told me we couldn't do the 2-sided. So we might eventually have both of these available for you, but for sure now, the one on the left here, the integrated logo, is what is going to be available to you guys. Now, in terms of timing, Andy's talking about maybe 3 to 4 weeks here in terms of the production time. So there's quite a few already in the queue who have filled out this form to be basically the top of the waiting list here to obtain this bar. So let me bring that link down. A few people are asking. So it's beyondmystic.net/silver bar. This is no obligations. You don't have to buy anything, but please do let us know if you're interested in purchasing one of these bars, and let us know the quantity. That'll give Andy a ballpark figure as to how many we need to produce in this limited run to try to meet as best possible demand here. So beyondmystic.net/silver is the link. Now, Julie, Sophie, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about the bar yet, and I wanted to get your spiritual insights on it also. So first of all, what do you make of this first design? And then I'm going to ask you to pull some cards to see perhaps what the outcome or what the how would I phrase it, Julie? How would I phrase what I'm asking for in terms of
Like the special power of that silver bar?
yeah, like what universe could say would be infused in this bar, the intention, and how really having this bar and using it as a spiritual tool could be helpful for the audience. So first, your first impressions, Sophie.
So Julie, open up your ears because you don't get a chance to hear that often from me because we're sisters. You're so talented. It's crazy. I love it. It's beautiful. I love it. So that brings me to, I wish I could have a tarot deck made of your design.
Wow, that's an expensive tarot deck you're looking at.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Well, card by card, we might get there. Who knows?
It's beautiful, really. Yeah.
It would be hard to shuffle. It would be pretty heavy to have 12 of these in a deck.
Right. I'll manage.
Okay, you'll manage. Okay, that'd be cool. All right. And let's pull some cards here and see how these can be used and how powerful they can be for the audience members who actually want to use them. And Julie made a good point last week because a lot of these silvers that we love to collect has the queen on it or something or some world leader that we just don't align with. And this, of course, is completely juxtaposed to that. We're really trying to hit all of the spiritual notes, the high notes, the high frequency notes using this particular design. So what can the universe tell us about the design?
So 2 cards flew out of the deck without me even being able to ask the full questions. I have welcoming, releasing. So for me, this will be releasing of the old. We know that we are in the middle of the 2 world. And with that, it's to bring the best intention with us, to bring the best of the world that we are living and to be able to accept. So releasing is the first part of this card, and accept and welcoming the next part with security and also with open heart. And the second card that was there is sacred, important, and priority. So having the values at the right place, having what is sacred next to you and protected. And this bar for me, it's exactly the symbol of that. It's having what is really important next to you and having your value that are important to your heart with you.
Wow, that's very cool.
You know what I was thinking about while you were speaking? That's so interesting. I feel like we have some work to do in order to be able to receive more abundance, like collectively, because I feel like it's been a big blockage for humans because we've been in survival mode and lack mentality for all our existence, basically. And I feel like what you just pulled, it reminded me of like how important it is to be open to receiving. Like it's such an important part of being abundant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you for a second pull then, Sophie. We hear a lot of other psychics talk about how this metal per se is very psychic. It's connected to spiritual superpowers in one sense, but it's also an entity in and of itself fighting in this spiritual war that we find ourselves in. So we're hearing that as all the old stuff is dismantled, the thing hurting the small people, the banking system, all of that stuff, silver itself as an entity, as a warrior in the spiritual battle is also now emerging. Let's try to navigate that for the audience and see what the cards can glean in terms of that importance, and maybe having that in your hand and connecting with that warrior can also empower you as the warrior in the spiritual battle as well.
So I would took some card on that for sure, but I think the first 2 that we just saw is answering that also, because it's someone that protects, and so releasing. So it's someone who protects what is really a priority for us. So it's a warrior in a sense that we are allowing to make, how can I say that? To be able to release something and welcoming the next step, we need to be, to put our hands to, how do I say that? Julie, can you help me with that? We need to, you don't know. you need to put your life, I would say, in someone else's hands. So the bar with this sense of releasing and welcoming, it's breaking a blockage and welcoming with security what is really a priority for you and what is important for you.
Like getting back your personal power.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and we have exactly that. We have blossoming with the spring. So it's exactly that. It's after the winter, after the season that is harsh and everything got destroyed, we have this new phase, this blossoming. So it's exactly what we just had in the last two cards.
Wow, that's beautiful. Okay. Laura Tetro, I'm open to receiving abundance from various sources on a regular basis.
That's
Okay.
a very good mantra.
That's a very good daily mantra. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a couple of technical questions. Let me see if I can bring this up. Robert, can we freeze the price at the time of order? Yes. Once we get to the actual order page, Andy, I believe in the United States, there are certain laws about selling too far in the future. Those become futures contracts. But typically they deliver within a couple of weeks, depending on how busy we are producing this particular design, and because they are going to be making them here to try to accommodate demand. So you cannot buy them now at the current price. We don't have them yet ready to ship, and that would be inappropriate to do. So we're hoping that perhaps within the next couple of weeks, we will be able to put up the actual purchase page up, and all of you who had the insights to put your name on the waiting list will get pre-notified before we go public. So again, that's beyondmystic.net/silver bar. I'll bring that link again down in the chat for you guys. And do we know roughly how much they will be? Okay, typically, so spot price plus a certain premium. So if you look at these bars, they're about the same quality. It's the exact same machine that the PAMP Swiss bars actually use. So it's very, very high quality. Of course, a 999 silver, but the way that the bar is designed will
It's a 10 ounce, right?
Yeah, it's a 10-ounce bars, and so the priority will be very similar to a PAMP Swiss bar. Again, it's going to go market value. So if the price of silver goes down tomorrow, then you'll get it a little bit cheaper. If the price of silver goes up tomorrow, then of course you'll have it a little bit more expensive. So like anything else here, it's going to be spot plus a certain premium for the guys to be able to produce it and to ship it and to store it for you guys. Okay. Wow. I'm really excited about this. Of course, I've been wanting to do this for almost 2 years now, and so we didn't have the technology to do it, and I'm really excited. We bought the machine. Well, Andy bought the machine last year, but it was on one of those container ships for months, and we couldn't have access to it. So all of this has been delayed, of course, but we're finally here, almost there, guys, at the finish line. So I'm hoping to get those to you as soon as we can. We're working hard to get this final step done. All right, Tony Plant, beautiful sisters, their energy, and JC too, of course. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay.
I was just sorry, JC. I was just going to ask Sophie because we just filmed all the videos for 12 signs, and some cards were popping up a lot during the 12 zodiac signs. So I just wanted to ask you, Sophie, do you remember which ones, and like some kind of like general energy for the new year that you can, if you can remember?
Sure. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine was one that it came up more than I think 5 times. So for the 12 signs, it's a lot. So a lot of Divine Feminine. I think this means that we need to, everyone, you don't have to know what is your sign or your rising sign, anything. I think for everyone, we have to be more intuitive and to be more in tune with what is going on inside of us at this present time.
Okay, very good. I was going to ask you in the general poll earlier, we got sidetracked, but I wanted to ask about the theme about the Divine Feminine also. This seems to be this year something that is emerging faster and faster. We know that the machine here on the planet is trying to hijack that into a different kind of energy. But what can you tell Sophie and Julie, the Divine Feminine watching the show here, how to, maybe like your card said there, the Destiny card, or what was that Elvis card? Taking a leap of faith. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit and encourage our viewers who might be starting to remember that eternal and internal power that they have. Yeah,
well, we had a lot of love at first sight also. So this is a theme that is going to be really important for you at this new year astrologically. We need to remember, without the pressure of outsiders, so without the pressure of families, friends, teacher, outside any influence that you can think of, what was important for you before that? What did you love without the influence of other people? And we need to go back to what is the root of what you love, and basically you. So that's why we need to go back to what is happening inside of you, and with your intuition also. We need to connect what is making sense for you, what is bringing joy to you. And this time of year, we need to manifest that in your life, and we need to take a leap of faith and trust the universe that you are going towards what is best for you. So the universe will be there to catch you up and will make it easier for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Julie, anything to add?
Yeah. Totally makes sense, because like when you pull that card of the divine feminine so many times, I just reminded me that the North Node is going to be in the sign of Taurus for a year and a half. So it's starting in mid-January until mid-2023. And the sign of Taurus is all about the connection to Mother Earth and the blossoming of the divine feminine. The planet ruling Taurus is Venus. So it really says a lot about what we have to accomplish to really go to the next step of our collective evolution. And it really talks about developing more our divine feminine, whether you're a man or a woman. And I think one of the ways that we're going to be pushed a little bit by the universe to do so is connecting even more with nature, because it's also a Taurus theme. So this is what I kind of got from the cards that you pulled earlier yesterday when we filmed the videos. Connecting with nature is going to be an important tool, because also Mother Earth is ascending faster than the human race in frequency. So I heard that Gaia was already at 700 on a scale from 0 to 1,000, which is like the enlightenment frequency. And us as a human race right now, we're like very near 100 or 200, which is like fear or even like manipulation. So by connecting even more to an entity that is enlightened, but it's helping us get there even faster. So I think this is going to be a very important part. And it's spring, so it's going to be a lot more fun to get outside for us in the Northern Hemisphere.
And to get a garden also, to create something with the heart. So it's great we can have, if you have a space to do that, maybe have a garden that you take care of, and then you spend more time alone in nature and create something very linked to divine feminine.
I just walked into the greenhouse this week, and I'm trying to get the weeds out from last year so I can start fresh this year. So I'm right in that energy also. Hey, Sandra Cunningham, JC, I love your partnership with these beautiful women, such amazing souls, and what a wonderful enlightenment team. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Ocean Odell says, amazing information. Guys, we're going to get into the Q&A portion of the show. Julie, explain to the audience members how we want them to phrase their question for both you and Sophie here moving forward.
Yeah, so I think it would be easier if you have a specific question about your personal life, or it could be also a collective questions, of course. But usually it's more personal stuff. So if you have a precise question about your life, just mention maybe your rising sign. It's going to be easier for me to pull up the chart with the houses, and Sophie is going to do a tarot or oracle reading.
So like, am I going to get a promotion this month? My rising sign is such and such.
Yeah.
Simple like that. Okay. Am I going to find love this month? Here's my rising sign. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, while we wait for those questions to be populated, a big thank you again to the PayPal tip jar donators. You guys make it possible for me to be out here. Of course, the channel is still demonetized. You know how it works out here. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. And Jim Montgomery says, JC said weeds. Not that kind of weeds. I'm just talking about just regular run-of-the-mill weeds in my greenhouse. Okay. So Julie, Sophie, actually, let me bring up this while we're waiting for the questions to pop up here. I have these last two testimonials for you. Julie, do you want to read these first so we can share that with the audience?
Yeah, so Laura said, "Thank you, Sophie, for today's reading. It was the confirmation I needed. I am still emotional with the phenomenal skills that you shared. From a grateful heart, Laura."
Thank you so much, Laura.
And Jenny also sent like a super nice testimonial. She said, "I came away with so much information. You have a wonderful gift. I cannot thank you enough, and I will definitely be checking in with you again. Many, many thanks."
Wow. Awesome.
Thank you.
Don't cry, Sophie. Don't cry. Okay. Okay, let's start here with the live chat. Brittany T is saying, okay, Sagittarius Sun, Leo rising. Am I going to find love in the next few weeks? Let's start with Sophie.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a yes. We have the Sun, and we have the Magician. So two things that I need to tell you with that. So first of all, Magician is the card of manifestation. We need you to do your vision board or to visualize you meeting the right person. You know that the universe is sending you what you are manifesting, so be careful about what you wish for, please. The one last thing that I want to share with you is that in my card, I have something to clear before you can meet this person. So I want you right now to try to remove any blockage from past pain that you may have in your love life, because it was not easy and it's linked with your throat chakra. So you know what it is. We need to clear out this, and the next person will be there.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Julie, astrology speaking.
I love that. Wow, that was so nice. Yeah, with the astrology, it's supporting what Sophie said. And every time we want to look at romance or a future relationship, we look at the 5th house or the 7th house. 5th house is more of dating, romance. It's more the honeymoon phase of a relationship. And the 7th house is more of a long-term serious partner. So the good thing is we have Venus and Mars in your 7th house of long-term partnerships. So this is a really good energy for the whole month to meet someone, but it's going to be someone with who you're going to be able to have a serious long-term relationship. So that's even better. And in the sign of Aquarius, it talks about either your friend circle or a community, or just someone that you meet because of similar interest, or like someone you're on the same wavelength. Aquarius is like the sign of sharing energy, being having the same ideas, being in the same type of community, having the same interests. So this could be some kind of help for you, I hope. And with what Sophie was saying with releasing, I think, yeah, it's about the 8th house, everything that you need to release in order to have a more complete intimacy with someone, being able to receive more, is the 8th house. And we have like all these beautiful planets in the 8th house. So if you really wish to do so, release the past, I feel like the energies of the astrology are really supporting that in order to heal, because we have Neptune, the planet of healing, in the 8th house, which is also the house of transformation.
And we have Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you were saying throat chakra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow. That's awesome. I hope that works out. Okay, let's do an insider access pass question now. Kate? I guess Kennedy Kate is her nickname. Question for the lovely ladies. I've been a very hardworking Virgo, constantly studying and working. I'd love to take a gap year for travel. Will this happen for me? And if so, when?
Okay.
So we don't have her rising sign, right?
No, she says hardworking Virgo.
Okay, I'll put Virgo.
We'll use the sun one. Okay, let's start with Sophie first.
Okay, good news first. It's a yes. I don't have the timeline. And the reason I don't have it, it's because you have some things to do first with your coworkers. So you will have some things with work, with work that will unfold in the next maybe months. So some kind of project with other people at work. And also I want to bring up that we have missing and we have unpredictable. So what I see with that is that full year is too much for you. You will take less, because I don't think you will have some fun for a full year. I think maybe 6 months, 4 or 5, it's okay. More than that, it's too much for you. You don't like that.
Okay, interesting. Julie, what do you think?
And it's funny because we also have the full moon in the sign of Virgo, which is coming up tomorrow. So it could bring our answers about your questions. So maybe I think tomorrow you might have an answer, or the days right after the full moon. Yeah, I have to agree with Sophie, because being a Virgo myself, and Sophie too, well, I put Virgo as a rising, but it's going to be effective also. So it means you have Saturn in your house of work, and Saturn is the hard worker of all the planets in your house of work also. So and I've been having Saturn in my 6th house for a while now. So it means that you really have to work hard on a daily basis, because 6th house is the house of daily work, daily routines, of work, of being in service also by doing your work. So it's going to be hard for you to miss work or to stop having like a work routine, because right now it's important that you do so. And Saturn is there in your 6th house, not only to to be the party pooper, but also because it wants to teach you how to have strong foundations for the future. So you're working hard right now because you need to build something important for your future. But what I can see about traveling is that the 7th house is really in a good aspect with that, because Jupiter is the planet of international travel. 7th house is the planet of partnerships. So if you're thinking about doing that with someone else, then I think it's going to be possible, but not for a long period of time.
And one last thing is she had Mars in her 6th house, if I'm correct.
Yes.
So that means restlessness. If you don't work,
right. Very good point. Very good point. And sometimes, like, yeah, your energy is going to be directed in your work, because, as she said, Mars is the planet of vitality and energy, and it's in your 6th house, the house of work. So, yeah, I'm sorry if it's not the answer you wanted, but.
Okay. Sophie, we talked about your testimonials earlier, and I've been getting quite a few emails of people telling me also, JC, the weirdest thing happens before I get my reading starting. Sophie is channeling my dead relatives, and there's messages coming. What's going on with the mediumship? What's going
on? I don't know. It just started a few months back, and I'm starting to get more and more messages, and sometimes they mess up with my cards. I cannot even start looking at your answers yet for your question that you asked me. I have to give messages from your past loved ones before I can do that. So it's very weird. It's been happening more and more recently. I think you're very patient with me, and I think you like that to some extent. I have to give you messages from your past loved ones before I can answer any other questions, because they have so much to tell you. And I think because they know now that I can do that, they just grab on the opportunity and they want to speak to you. They've been waiting to do that. So yeah.
Wow.
They know you're an open channel, so they're like, yeah, let's go. We want to be heard.
What was that movie, the guy who was a dentist who kept hearing dead people? It was a comedian, Ricky Gervais, I think. What was that movie? And it was funny because as soon as he started listening or hearing dead people, all the dead people in the neighborhood wanted to talk to him to get messages across. So that's all his job was. Finally, it was like a full-time job.
I prefer the reference to Ghost.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it reminded me of Ghost.
I hear dead people.
Sixth Sense also, yeah.
Sixth Sense. Okay. And how do you feel about that? Does it freak you out, Sophie?
No, I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Very good. Amazing, Sophie. I saw you, brother. But
she's kind of having a medium mentor, if I could add to that, which she told you a while ago. She said that you were just like her, and she said one day you're going to like do mediumship like she's doing right now without even using the cards. So I think she was right on target with that.
So what happened is that I had a consultation with a medium that I really trust, and she's very famous. And she came up to me and she said, "Oh, you are a medium just like me. We have the same gift." And I was like, "No, it's not possible. I cannot talk to dead people. Of course not." And she said that in 6 to 8 months, I will do that full time without any problem.
Wow, that's funny. I started doing that spontaneously a number of years ago, and I had seen a psychic actually from Montreal, Madame B. Do you guys remember Madame B? She's like in her 70s now. Anyway, she was very popular in the early 80s and 90s. And she told me too, she says, "Oh, Jean-Claude, t'es connecté à la clinique des morts." That's how she said it, like you're connected to the dead. I'm like, I don't want to. It freaks me the fuck out. So anyways, I'll let them speak to Sophie. Okay, let's try to get the next question here. Let me see what I can do. Humanitarian work. Okay, let's do this one. Susan, Virgo rising, Aries sun. Okay, so she's an Aries sun, Virgo rising. Will my humanitarian work begin this year? Thank you and blessing to you all. Okay, so Susan.
Very difficult to start this year. Oh, yes. Very, very difficult. I think this year will be a good year to get more and more finances on the side to do that, because we have Dark Night of the Soul, we have power and control. We have the devil here, so don't start this year, please. And we have this card, which is very, very good for your finances. It's basically asking you to have great balance. And in the near future, we have independence and someone who has abundance. So it's the year to prepare and to have some money on the side to do that, but don't start this year.
Okay. Pretty okay. Very clear. Julie, do you want to add anything in terms of the astrology?
Yeah. So we have almost like the same chart that we had just the last reading. So Virgo rising. So same thing. Saturn is in your 6th house, the house of work. It's asking you to work really hard in order to build a strong foundation for the future. So we're all with you. We're all in this together. We know sometimes you're tired, you just want to get away. But I would say because of the North Node being in your 9th house, which is the house of international travel, I think it could be possible. Sophie said not this year, so I have to say maybe more 2023, because the North Node is still going to be in your 9th house for the first half of 2023. So while you build more of your financial security, independence, I think still this is going to be a good energy, the North Node in your 9th house, for moving somewhere else and doing some work.
So just to be clear, it's prepare yourself, do all kind of work to be able to start it, but don't offer it to people yet. So if you have to go to see the place, for example, to travel to that place, particularly to set up the place before it gets open, that's good this year, but just don't start to open that place before the end of the year.
Makes sense.
Okay, very good. Let me see if I can get into the PayPal tip jar. This one is from Kelly. Okay, it looks a little bit personal, Kelly, so I won't put your family name there. I'm not sure. These come up on PayPal, so let me see if I can bring this one up at the stream. Okay, Kelly. Does the Leo female I really like and would like to have a long-term relationship with have the same feelings for me? Advice for a Virgo/Aquarius male. Awesome content with all your guests, JC. Okay. Sophie, let's start with you.
Okay, so we have divine masculine, we have the Empress, which is a divine feminine, and we have this rekindle the flame. So what I want you to know is that with that energy in place, be careful of exes for her. I think there is unfinished business on her side to finish first, and maybe don't push this too fast. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, good advice. Julie, astrology?
Yeah, what I like to do when I do compatibility like that, I like to place either the sun or the rising sign of one person on one end and like to check where the other sun of the other person is falling in this chart. So for example, right now, if we put Virgo rising, if you're a Virgo sun, then the Leo sun is going to fall in your 12th house. So that kind of relationship is more of a karmic relationship. So you have probably past lives together. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes once the karmic lessons are learned between you, sometimes it dissolves. So it could be either a good thing because on a spiritual level, you're going to teach each other some really good lessons for this lifetime. But sometimes also, as I said, it can dissolve because of lessons that are learned already. So yeah, that's what I would have to say about that.
Okay, very good. Let's see if I can pick up the next one here from Paula. Question: my awesome dad passed away. Oh, I'm sorry about that. 3 to 5. 3 or 5. Oh wait, 3, 5, 22.
So
Okay, so
March
March 5th, 2022. Okay. Does he have? Hold on. Does he have any messages for me through the cards? Is that too quick? Are they in limbo there? How does that work, Sophie? When they've just passed away? What do you think?
It's new to me, but I know there is a period of time where they cannot be reached. Let me see if I can take any cue for them. So I cannot promise you anything, but I will try my best. That's for sure.
Okay, very good. So that's from Paula, her dad, March 5th, 2022.
Okay, I love it. I love it. So we don't have too much because it's too recent, but what he has to say right now is that he has learned his lesson. It was not the first time that he came here to learn the same message. So this time it's done, it's complete. He can pass to the new level. And what he has to say to you particularly, it's that he just reached the above, whatever you want to call it. You just reached the above, and he is now in the safe place, and he feels like a king there. So I don't doubt there is good food there, whatever he needs, whatever he wants, and he says that he is treated like a king.
Wow. I love that. Okay. Yeah. I got goosebumps on that one. I'm not sure why. Okay. Let's do to CJ Bluebird in the Insider Access Pass. Rising Virgo, Sun Sagittarius. Why is it so hard for me to get to sleep? I have always been a night person. Okay. Let's start with Sophie. So CJ wants to know, why is it so hard for her to get to sleep? CJ or him to get to sleep?
So I don't know since when, but we know that around new moon, it's harder to sleep. So we know that. I don't know since when. Full moon.
A person says, I've always been a night person. So always having trouble sleeping, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, for me, it's in reverse. That's why I'm, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. We have a picture of Elvis in bed. So it says that for you, you think too much. We have fast movement. So you think too much. You have too much also to give, I think, on a level of creativity. So if your job is not a job that you use your brain juice, basically, if your job is not something that asks for you to go with creativity and create some things that you can get out of your mind at night, that's when it's just too much for your brain. I don't see you you're not comfortable also physically. I just saw that in the cards. You're not comfortable also physically. So watch out for your pillow, your mattresses. That's not very good for you right now. It's too soft and your brain has too much creativity in this. So try to do some new hobbies that will act on this area for you.
Okay, very good. Julie, the astrology for CJ.
Yeah, there's a lot of Virgo risings today. I love it. Yeah, I kind of feel the same because, again, of this Saturn and Mars in your 6th house, which is the house of work. This is a Virgoan house, if we can say it like that. So Saturn, is like the hardworking planet. So you're working until maybe late at night, or you have too many things related to work on your mind. And also Mars is the vitality planet, and it's in your work house. So it's like work, work, work. And they're all in the Aquarius house. So lots of energy, and it's really related to the nervous system. So first of all, I would say you have to find a way to relax your nervous system. Maybe I kind of started doing some exercises on YouTube for to relax the what was it? The
vagus nerve system.
Vagus nerve system. Yeah, very easy exercises because I am having the same problem as you do. And then another thing I could tell you that you can do is that Neptune is the planet of sleep, of relaxation. It's in your 7th house. So having more regular contacts with other people, either like a partner, a relationship partner, or just some friends, doing some social activities is going to help you a lot more de-stress and relax to have a better sleep.
Wow. And speaking of better sleep, you can go to purebulk.com. You're looking for Cliff Highs, Pure Sleep. The new Pure Sleep 2.0 is now available. I absolutely love this new flavor. It's really cool. It's easier to mix also than the previous batches, and they come in these new cool refill containers also. I didn't like the bags too much, having to do the Ziploc thingy. Anyways, these are available now. Take them while they're hot, and you can use, of course, the BeyondMystic coupon code to get a discount on that as well. And that is purebulk.com. Let me bring the link down in the chat for you guys here. Now, while that's on the screen here too, I wanted to bring up Canna D. Kate. She had asked you earlier, and you said, "Oh, don't take a whole year; it's too much." She says, "Awesome, thank you so much, the three of you. You're right. I don't do well when I'm idle." So you hit the nail right on the head with that one, Sophie. That's beautiful.
You know Virgos, right?
Yeah, exactly. I love that. Okay, guys, check out the Pure Sleep. Really, really cool product, and of course, in these troubling times, everything.
I have to try that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That. Oh my God, yeah.
For sure. That and the vagus nerve system relaxation technique also. Just type it into YouTube, you'll find one, and it's really, really cool. Okay, let's see what we can do next. Colette, I believe, is wondering if she will purchase a home within a year or two. She's a Leo sun, moon, and ascending Taurus. Okay. So Colette, ascending Taurus, will I be purchasing a home within the next year or two? Sophie.
Okay, so there is too much compromise to be made for this to happen, I think, in next 2 years. I'm pretty sure it will happen after this period of time, but right now they are showing me that there's just too much conflict causing by this, too much stress, and also they're showing me compromise. So I don't know if you're moving with someone else. I don't know if the location may be with family, something like that, but there is a conflict with people around that are in this decision. I don't see it for the next year or so.
Okay. And Julie, astrologically speaking?
Yeah. So what's interesting about Taurus rising right now is that they're having Uranus and North Node in their first house. So meaning you're transforming as an individual a lot because you're having Uranus in your house. So it's the planet of big change, of awakening. So you're transforming so much yourself. And so it's also transforming what you want out of life. And with all these planets, Jupiter, Mercury, Neptune, and the Sun right now in your 11th house, which is the house of big dreams, of ambitions. It can also be the house of the after career. So I don't know if you're still working or you're done, but either way, it's the house of big dreams. So it's kind of saying you're more in the manifestation phase, maybe because you're changing so much and your dreams are changing as well. So you're kind of manifesting a new reality, and maybe it's not going to be buying a house where you think you were going to buy. So it might be like different circumstances once you're done this phase of transformation.
Okay, very good. Let's do the next question from Paul. Aries rising. Wait, did I get that right? Yeah, Aries rising. Silver investments. Okay, it's a long question. Silver investments. Been buying for years. Frustrated. I've been patient. Will silver? Okay, so here's the question. So Paul, Aries rising. Will silver finally shine for me? Okay, let's start with Sophie on that one.
Perfect.
Paul, he's accumulating silver and he's been very, very patient.
Okay. So it's a yes. There is big change coming in. So we have to plan accordingly. So I know you have been maybe planning for more longer than some people. This is why it for you it gets frustrating. But we have some huge change coming. We have the Death card in destruction. So it's coming. We know it's coming. Okay. The advice from the cards is just to simply let go. Stop thinking about this. Just if you want, do as we do. Normally we do vision board. We just put it somewhere. We don't think about it every day, and it's manifesting in our life. We know it's coming for everyone. We just cannot control. And I think this is what is frustrating. We cannot control it.
Okay. Whoa, the Death card. And so big changes, a big rebirth there. Sophie, Julie, yeah. What's in the astrology for Silver and Paul, the Aries rising?
Aries are impatient?
Yeah, totally fine. Aries are impatient. No.
No way.
Nah.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to. Okay. Well, yeah, I have to agree totally with Sophie because in astrology, silver is linked to Taurus, the sign of Taurus, because the moon is connected to silver and it's exalted in the sign of Taurus. And you have Taurus in your second house, which is the house of ideal investments. So I think you're doing the right thing for sure. And because we have Uranus there, we can expect some ups and downs. Sometimes it's not moving as fast. Sometimes, but once Uranus is going to be more aspected, it's going to be really quick. And we're having the North Node in your second house of investment until mid-2023. So for sure, the value of silver is going to go up. So that's for me as an astrologer, that's a given. And for you, it falls in your second house of investment. So for sure, it's going to be paying off sometime soon. And I'm even going to say probably you're going to see something happening during the eclipse season, because we're having the first eclipse on April 30th in the sign of Taurus in your second house of investment.
So, I was just talking to Cliff the other day, and he said silver is going to be doing big moves at the end of April and also into May. So again, timing directly there with your eclipse.
There you go. So first eclipse is on April 30th. It's in the sign of Taurus. And second one, 2 weeks later, is in May 16 in Scorpio. And both are signs related to finances.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. RKJR says silver is the linchpin for the world. Yes, absolutely. I believe that. And folks, if you're looking at adding some silver in your personal possession, you can check out BeyondMystic.net. Here are the coupons and discounts available to the Beyond Mystic audience. This week, we have the 2022 Silver Britannias at $575 over spot for the Canadian or for the American audience. And for the Canadian audience, we have the MF Bullion partnership here at mfbullion.ca. And those are the 10-ounce bars here at $595 over spot Canadian. I'll bring those two links down in the chat also for you guys. Now, while I do that, I had a starred comment here from a live questioner, Libby. Question: my partner of 12 years is 12 days younger than me. 12 years younger. 12 days younger than me, same year. Okay, both Libras. I have a Capricorn rising. What do the cards say about our relationship? So Capricorn rising, 12-year relationship. Sophie. Yeah, let me bring up that silver link also for you guys here. BeyondMystic.net/silver. Oh, I just wanted to add on that too. Andy still has inventory, and a lot of people don't. So again, it's just a weird couple of months, and especially in the last couple of weeks here, something weird is happening. A lot of those smaller dealers are out of silver. So if you're looking for some, please give it a try here at BeyondMystic.net/silver. Okay, Sophie. For Libby. Okay. You know, Libby, hold on. Do you know that Libby is one of my very, very first moderators? She's been following me since the first channel. I've got deleted 3 times and she's still here. So big thank you to you, Libby, for standing by me all of these years. Absolutely love you.
So I'm glad I have a good answer.
Okay. Yes. No pressure there, Sophie.
Entering a new phase, a new chapter of your relationship. And this chapter is abundance. And this is my card for a wedding, a marriage that stays with you for a long, long time. So 12 years is just the beginning for you guys. I think it will last longer and almost forever. I cannot say forever for sure, but for me, this card is the fairy tale wedding. This is the relationship that lasts, and it's just perfect. Next to that, we have the destiny card. It cannot get better than this. It's wonderful.
Wow, I love it.
Love it.
And Julie, the astrology for the Capricorn rising, Libby.
Yeah. So what's interesting is that you guys are both Libra, so meaning you're both very turned towards having strong, long-lasting relationships, because that's the sign of Libra. So being a Capricorn rising, it means that you both have your suns in your 10th house. So 10th house is really about being public, doing stuff out in the open. So for you, it's going to be really important that you go out of your house, you do stuff like activities, public events, so it's really important that you're out and about in your relationship in order for you to make it work. And also I see this Uranus in your 5th house, which is the house of romance, usually in early dating in the relationships. So Uranus can mean that you have to change some things in order to make it more fun, because 5th house is the house of like the inner child, the fun. So start dating again, start doing activities that you both like, that you both think are fun, because you need to really get connected with this like inner fire, inner child again, this inner passion that we have in the 5th house.
Cool. She says he's on the plane right now for Jamaica. I've been gone for 5 weeks. I've been visualizing a new breakthrough. All righty.
Oh, wow.
Awesome, Libby. Thank you so much. Guys, that's almost it for tonight. Sophie has her previous engagement, and she has a taxi waiting for her in a couple of minutes here. So I'm going to ask quickly, Sophie, to maybe pull some cards here. General reading for the audience here before we go. Just maybe how to navigate the rest of the month of March for them. And then you can go and I'll close up the rest of the show with Julie. Yeah, we'll clean up the mess on all 5. All right. And Libby says, wow, incredible, spot on. Tears of joy. All right. I love it. Thank you, Libby. Love you too.
I just love this card. We have big dreams. So we had this in the beginning and we were right on the money. So with this, we need to know what is emotions. So we are also hiding in our emotions. So it can be fear, can be, oh, I don't feel it, but it's just feeling scared. So we need, again, with the moon, divine feminine, we need to go inside of us to bring back what is really important for us and to make it happen.
Wow, very good. Okay, Sophie, do you have to run to get your taxi? You want to go now? Okay. Well, merci beaucoup, Sophie. I'll stay on with Julie here for a little bit and say bye. Thank you so much, Sophie, for being on. We're looking forward to having you back again. Take care and have fun tonight.
Thank you.
All right, bye, Sophie. All right, Julie, let's start rounding up the show. Is there anything else, maybe astrologically speaking, also just for the general read here, you can add to what Sophie just said here for the audience? But then I'm going to ask you also to recap the astrological birth charts, also your production time right now, and we'll talk about the booking sessions for Sophie as well. But first, let's get into the astrology here for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's funny that we've been talking so much about having dreams, and it's like the time for us to realize our dreams. And with all this energy, I said previously in the sign of Pisces that we're having right now, we're having Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, and the Sun. So it's like 4 planets, and 2 of them are like heavy hitters in the sign of Pisces. So as we're transitioning into this new astrological year this week, we're still having lots of energy in the sign of Pisces, which is the last of the 12 zodiac signs. So it's like a dreamy kind of energy. So yes, we're taking actions, we're doing more physical stuff, we're getting things rolling with this Aries energy, but also it's like asking us to still be in that dream state to be able to manifest, dream big. So there's like a big spiritual push for us. I feel like I feel like it's going to be a really different years from the years that we've experienced so far. So very different Aries season too, because usually there's a lot of fire. So it's more like we're more in our physical bodies. We're more like in the action. But right now there's a lot of water too with that Pisces season. So it's more like a spiritual type of year.
Wow, very good. JG says, "Oh yeah, Ricky Gervais, Ghost Town. Was it Ghost Town? Maybe I thought it was different, but maybe it's Ghost Town. Okay, cool.
No?
All right. So guys, if you want more information on the astrology here for this new astrological year, please do go check out Maison Jupiter here on YouTube and check out this last 12-part series here for each of your astrological zodiac signs. And you can find that, of course, on Maison Jupiter. Man, we're almost at 4,000.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Okay, guys, we're trying to bump up these numbers. Let me bring this link down for you guys as well. And please just hit the link and go and subscribe and support Julie here. Of course, she's putting more and more of this English content for you guys as well. She still does the French content, but now more and more. And this is the first 12-part series in English for you guys. So go and show her some love there. Okay. Now, you also produced this video, Julie, where was it? This one here. Explain what's there too, because a lot of people now are buying their own personalized birth chart so they can follow along with these episodes, and also the Astro Woo Finance, which, by the way, is on sale now. Save 22 is the coupon code. It'll get you 20% off of the March reading. Still a lot of valuable information there for this month, as well as the Beyond Crypto Woo. Again, Save 22, the coupon code. The links are going to be in the description box below. These two episodes with Janine are delayed now for the April booking. Janine's mom just passed away a couple of days ago, so we're giving her some time to recalibrate there, but we'll probably, hopefully, maybe record these next week. So in the meantime, you have these two amazing episodes on sale for you guys at 22% off. But let's talk about this video you produced, Julie, for the audience members who are now in possession of their own birth charts so that they can follow along with all of these conversations. What's in this video for them?
Yeah, so a lot of comments I received, and I know because I've been a beginner too at some point in my life in astrology. When you're looking at a birth chart, there's so much to look at when you don't know nothing about astrology, when you're a beginner. So, and myself, I took lots and lots of astrology lessons, and I finally figured out by myself how I would have liked to be taught astrology at the very beginning, because it's so complex. There's so many things to look at. So I produced this first video in English in order for you to follow along with your birth chart. And I'm very committed in producing more too, more videos like that. So this one, I explain how, well, first of all, what the hell is a birth chart? How does it work? How to spot your ascendant, your rising sign, your sun, your moon, and kind of how the gist of how it works in a very general manner. So after that, I'm going to follow up with the other videos.
Okay, very good. And so for those of you who are looking to get your personalized birth chart here done by Julie, what's the production time down to now? I know you're very busy and a lot of booking requests are coming in, but tell the audience members here what to expect to get their own.
So it's between 1 week and 2 weeks. And so far I've been right on the money. So if you haven't received your birth chart, just write me an email, because sometimes they fall into your spam boxes. But I'm always between 1 and 2 weeks. So.
Okay, very good. So folks, you can find that at maisonjupiter.com, and there you're looking for the personalized birth charts. And last but not least, Julie, we added some few spots here for Sophie. Coupon code again, BeyondMystic will give you 10%. Does this 10% also work on the priority bookings as well?
Yes. Okay. So
Okay.
the 10% coupon code, just make sure you enter it at checkout, so it gives you the extra 10% discount. So it works on both tarot consultations with Sophie and also the personalized birth chart.
Okay, very good. And Sophie Landrio says, happy birthday, JC. Yes, tonight is my last night. I'm going on a mini weekend trip. So Sarah is organizing something for me for my weekend. Well, my birthday this weekend. Of course, it falls on the astrological new year as well. A lot of crazy things happening at the same time astrologically this week, and I'm absolutely excited. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of those birthday wishes in the last 2 weeks. You guys have pulled it out of me, and I had to talk about my personal stuff with you guys. But a big thank you to all of you for all that love and that support. Really love it. Hey, and on that note, if you're still feeling like loving and supporting me, please do go to Beyond Mystic here. I'm trying to get above the 70K. Am I almost there? I'm at 69,500. It'd be a nice birthday present if I can hit that 7 number is a lucky number for me. So please do go, if you haven't already, subscribe here to Beyond Mystic, my 3rd channel here on YouTube. So let me bring that link down in the live chat as well, so you guys can just click on it and go and subscribe. Julie, any last words before we go tonight? Not about my birthday.
No. I was going to.
Is that where you were going automatically?
I was going to say, don't forget, everybody, to use this powerful time to have a manifestation ritual on Sunday on the equinox. So yeah, it's going to be a very powerful time to manifest, either with crystals, with an altar, with meditation practice. So yeah.
Awesome. I love it. JC should do a cacao ceremony for birthday. What's a cacao ceremony? Like fancy chocolates?
It's probably different from a fancy chocolate.
Are you sure? I don't know. I had this lady who did these chocolate alchemy stuff. She would put gold and stuff like that in chocolates. Oh my God, I forget her name. Yeah, I tasted that a couple of years ago. Sarah and I went to this retreat, and it was like, oh wow, like crazy wow type of chocolates. Anyways, I'll see. Maybe I can bring it on the show at some point. Yeah. So source frequency. I thought maybe that's what you were alluding to, but who knows? That's cool. Okay. Puis Julie, next episode for us. Let's go share that with the audience as well. What do we have coming up next week? Are we doing another? Let's check your schedule. Have your people call my people.
I think it's next Thursday. It's with the Sherry Divban, I think.
Oh, yes. Okay, this is going to be really important. Hopefully, Janine can join us for that. If not, we're going to have to reschedule. This is a 4-people show here. We're doing a special episode here for the children. So that is going to be on the 24th at 8 p.m. So far, still on the books. But bear with us. We might have to change that given the circumstances as well. Yes, and also Julie will be joining me again for a French episode on the 29th of March, I believe. And for now, you don't see the next Tarot by Janine episodes here. As soon as I know where she's at and where her energy is at, I will be reposting the next couple of weeks here of scheduling. I just didn't know for now, so I took them off the page. So stay tuned. In the next couple of days, I'll be talking to Janine again, and we'll try to figure that out for you guys there as well. And somebody was asking at the beginning of this show tonight, hey, is this in French? So no. So of course, it only is in French when I do this to the posters. Oui, en français. In yellow, right? And obviously the title with the accent aigus, it's in French. So, and the description will be in French. But if the description and title is in English and you don't see this in French, in yellow on the logo, it's of course an English episode. So I hope that helps. We're also trying to build the French audience here for you guys. Okay, so let me see. Can I do a refresh? Did you guys already get me above 70,000? Let me see. No, you guys haven't done it. It's too quick. Okay, let me bring that link down one more time for you guys in the live chat. And a big thank you to all of you. I really appreciate it. And a big thank you to all the PayPal donations tonight too. You guys really rock. I really appreciate that. So this was the latest version of the Divine Feminine Oracles with Julie and Sophie. I love you guys. Merci beaucoup, Julie. As always, you are a class act, and so is your sister. I love you guys. Have a great evening and have a great weekend to you, the audience members. Take care and au revoir.
Au revoir. Merci, JC.
Merci.